latest in our behind the scenes at the HSBC Champions with the man who is the head of IMG's golf division. Just having a chat there with Luke Donald. It is Guy Kinnings, Uber agent, I think is the way you would describe him. He is one of the people who makes things tick, because the golfers have got their concerns are on the golf course. They don't really know how to or want to run their lives. Leave that to other people. So companies such as IMG and people such as Guy Kinnings do it all for them. So Guy, what is your role? Agent, manager, or more than that?
Here this week it's a mixture of a number. Certainly the part of it is being here as a manager for a bunch of the players that we represent, who are here playing in the tournament and got business arrangements that we need to deal with. And then also this is a tournament that we help run, so we've been working on that. So there'll be the event delivery side, which I will not personally get involved with. I'll leave people who are far more competent than me to hopefully make me look good. They'll go and do that, but I'm around if there are any issues. Obviously there'll be a lot of players who aren't clients of ours who we've been dealing with to get here and making sure they too have a good time. So we'll be dealing with them, we'll be dealing with the federations, the tours, all the officials that are here this week, the media. So hopefully what we do is a mixture of what our business is, which is, you know, players, events, media and everything else that goes on in the business, which hopefully all gets wrapped into a tournament of this size. On
the player side of things, you've been around and handling players for a long time. What do they demand of you, ask of you, need of you to take care of for them?
You know, we'll leave you to do what you do so competently on the golf course, and, you know, play practice, and we hopefully will help make everything else pretty easy. So handling their day-to-day arrangements, handling their commercial arrangements, handling media, building their careers hopefully over a long time to build brands for them, so that, you know, for a lot of the players that we've worked with, we've done it for 10-20 years, so it's dealing with the ups and the downs, the good and the bad, and hopefully helping them fulfill all the talent they've had and make it all worthwhile. I started out working on the client side. You know, I worked with a number of players, and I've been very lucky to work with some great players. I mean, Monty's been fantastic, working with Luke, worked with Ernie's just joined us this week. We've got sort of a bunch of guys I've worked with throughout the here. Thomas Bjorn, worked with him for a long time, Paul Casey, Retief, and we've had some great clients. And in a sense, learning on that side is essential. The game is all about the players. Sometimes people forget that. You know, the interest levels in them are critical, and so learning on the client side, which is what I did for 10 years, was really important. But then, you know, grew from there, still involved in a lot of the client side, but also working with the other people that are essential to, you know, the game of the golf. You know, for here this week, we wouldn't be here if it wasn't for HSBC. You know, I work closely with the HSBC team on their entire global program, which is fascinating, and clearly the players are part of that, the event side. You know, they have 5 or 6 properties around the world, and we work with them on all of those, from here in China to what we do at the Open in Abu Dhabi on the women's side. So the client part of it is important. It's fascinating for the media. They love all the player bit, but actually there's an awful lot that goes on behind the scenes that we do and others do that is, you know, without it the players wouldn't have a stage to play on. So, you know, the sponsor side, but also, you know, putting on events of this sort of quality, the media side, and how the story gets told. Without the story getting told, no one would know this. So for me, it's interesting to see all aspects of what goes on in the game.
There you go, one of the men who you might not see him too prominently. He's there in the background, but he makes golf tick. He makes this tournament tick, and he certainly keeps the players ticking over.